Bobby, a dedicated delivery driver, stops to help a stranded woman named Mabel on a remote road. Grateful for his kindness, she leaves a lasting impression. However, the following morning, Bobby notices an unmarked van trailing him as he heads to work and can't shake the feeling that something isn't right. Bobby was a 25-year-old man who worked as a driver for a delivery company. As a teenager, Bobby had always dreamed of owning a logistics delivery company. So when he saw an ad that one of the biggest logistics companies in his hometown was hiring a driver, he applied for the role. Luckily, he got hired. Bobby believed working in that organization would help prepare him for his future business, and he enjoyed every bit of the job. He showed so much commitment and dedication to his work that, in less than a year, he was awarded Staff of the Year. His boss, Eric, knew he could always count on Bobby to deliver. Out of all the drivers, Bobby showed the most passion and excitement for his work. Even clients would write glowing reviews about him. As his parents' only child, Bobby enjoyed the benefit of living in their house without paying rent. The only thing he did monthly was contribute some money for groceries. Because Bobby loved his job so much, the only time he didn't work was on his sick days. To Bobby, there were no such things as days off. His organization knew they could call in to make a delivery on his day off, and he would show up without complaining. Because of his selflessness, his organization increased his salary 3 times in 1 year to show appreciation for his hard work. Since the delivery company handled interstate deliveries, Bobby sometimes had to drive to other states. Some deliveries would take him days to travel to a neighboring state and return, while others, within the state, often took just a few hours. One day, shortly after Bobby resumed work that morning, he was instructed to deliver a package to the rural part of his hometown, popularly known as a farm area. The drive to the farm was very long. On his way, Bobby noticed something strange. A woman in her late 50s was standing by the deserted road, seemingly waiting for someone. Shortly after he drove past the woman, Bobby noticed a black car parked nearby. It seemed odd to find such an exotic car parked on a road like that. A few minutes later, he forgot about the woman and the car, focusing instead on getting to the correct delivery location, which he found about an hour later. Immediately after delivering the package to the farmer, Bobby turned around and headed back to town. Surprisingly, on his way back, the black car was still parked there. Driving further, he saw the woman again. Maybe she is stranded, Bobby soliloquized. I think she needs help, he added. Hello, ma'am, is everything all right? Bobby asked as he pulled over in front of the woman. Oh dear, I am having a bit of car trouble, the woman said. That's your car over there? Bobby asked. Yes, it is. It just will not come on, the woman replied. Do you mind if I take a look? I know a little about cars, Bobby offered. Yes, please. I'd really love that. I've been trying to call someone to come and pick me up, but the connection here is really bad. I managed to send a text, but I don't know how long I have to wait, the woman said in a frustrated tone. All right, ma'am. Let me go take a look, Bobby said before stepping out of his truck. In less than 2 minutes, Bobby and the woman walked back to her car. However, when Bobby inspected it, he realized he couldn't figure out the problem. I think you will need to get a mechanic, Bobby said. But don't worry, I'll give you a lift back to town. Really? The woman asked. Yes, ma'am. You can call me Bobby, he said. Thank you so much, Bobby. I'm Mabel, the woman smiled. All right, let's get going, Bobby said, beckoning the woman to follow him. Since the journey back to town took roughly an hour, Bobby used the opportunity to chat with Mabel. Luckily for him, Mabel matched his energy. She told him about her late husband, her children, and life in general. She talked so much about herself. "Tell me about yourself, Bobby. Is there something you have always wanted to do?" Mabel asked. "Yes, there is. I know a lot of people have many dreams, but I have just one: to own a logistics company one day," Bobby answered. He then continued to tell her how he was dedicated to his work and how he was using the opportunity to learn how to run a business. "That's great, Bobby. I know that one day you will start a business. Just keep working hard. You can never tell when luck will shine on you," Mabel said. After Bobby talked about his dreams and aspirations, their conversation veered back to Mabel. Up until Bobby dropped her at the location she provided, she wouldn't stop talking about her dog, Pinky. "Thank you so much, Bobby. You're a godsend, and it was nice meeting you," Mabel said. "You're welcome, Mabel. The pleasure is mine," Bobby replied before driving off. For the remainder of that day, Bobby felt very fulfilled and happy that he had helped a stranger in need. When Bobby got home, he had dinner and went to bed, as usual. The following morning, which was a Tuesday, he prepared and left for work early. A few minutes after Bobby drove off from his house, he noticed an unmarked van following him. Initially, Bobby thought the driver was going in the same direction as him. But after multiple turns, the van pulled over just beside the delivery company he worked for. At that moment, Bobby realized he was being followed. Afraid the van driver might hurt him, Bobby told one of his colleagues about it. His colleague suggested they confront the driver. But upon approaching the van, Bobby made a shocking discovery. "Mabel?" Bobby asked in shock when he saw Mabel get out of the van. "Hi, Bobby," Mabel said with a smile. "I don't understand. Why are you following me?" Bobby asked, confused. "Oh, I wanted to see if you really worked at the company you mentioned yesterday," Mabel said. "Why?" Bobby asked. "Oh, I have a lot of reasons. If you don't mind, can we talk privately without your friend? I also have something for you," Mabel said. Immediately, Bobby turned to his colleague and politely told him to excuse them. "What is it, Mabel?" Bobby asked as soon as he entered the van. "Bobby, meeting you yesterday was such a blessing, and I couldn't stop thinking about your kindness toward me after I got home," Mabel said. "I don't understand," Bobby replied. "This is for you, Bobby. Consider this my little gift to you. After everything you told me yesterday, I know you need this more than I do," Mabel said as she handed Bobby a big white envelope. Unsure of what to say, Bobby took the envelope from Mabel. When he peeked inside, he was shocked. "I don't understand, Mabel. What's all the money for?" Bobby asked. "It's your ticket to chasing your dreams. There's also a check inside. You can cash it out when you're ready to start your business," Mabel said. "No, Mabel, I can't accept this from you," Bobby said. "That's too bad because I'm not taking it back. I am trusting you to do the right thing with it," Mabel said. "Oops, you have to get back to work already," she added with a chuckle. "Thank you so much, Mabel. I don't even know how to thank you," Bobby said. "Thank me by pursuing your dream business," Mabel replied before driving off. 2 months after Mabel gave Bobby the money, he resigned from his job as a delivery driver and started his own logistics business. Luckily for him, his business thrived, and he made a lot of money from it. Over time, his logistics company grew to become one of the leading logistics and delivery companies in his hometown. Thanks to Mabel, who decided to reward Bobby for his kindness, his simple act of helping a stranger turned into a life-changing moment. Her unexpected support allowed him to chase his dream of owning a logistics company. This experience highlights a powerful truth. Sometimes, the help we offer strangers can come back to us in surprising ways, opening doors we never knew existed. Bobby's journey illustrates that the universe often rewards those who give selflessly, reminding us that our actions, however small, can create ripples that change lives.